We are going to go ahead and talk about the proper form for box jumps. Go ahead, Grayson.
So a box jump is a plyometric exercise that not only works on explosiveness, which is great for teaching jumping mechanics and how to become better at striking the ball, but also it works on a lot of dynamic strength. So we incorporated a lot into our plyometric days, as well as bits and pieces throughout our strength work as well. We'll have two heights that we like to work with when it comes to box jumps. We'll have our 18-inch box, which we're familiar with from our box step-ups, which also can be substituted with a weightlifting bench. And then we also have a 24-inch box. What we're going to suggest is that all of our first years, transfers, all of our new athletes focus more on the 18-inch box. It's a lower height, but we're making sure that we're having good, strong form, and we're not pushing ourselves too hard, which could risk injury. All of our returners will be required to do everything at the 24-inch height, because they should be very familiar with the proper form, and we're working on a little bit different explosivity with those athletes. So Chloe's going to demonstrate an 18-inch box jump for us. It's the same procedures whenever we're addressing the box with doing a box step up. We want to be close enough to the box that when we jump up, we don't have to broad jump to the box. If you're too far away from the box, you have to jump in a long arc. The idea behind the box jump is to work on very strong, straight up power and strength. So we want to make sure that you're close enough to the box that you're not having to jump toward it. With any box, whether it be the foam boxes that we have here, which are nice because if you, for some reason, catch a toe and miss, the box is very soft to land on. If you have a wooden box or if you have a steel plyometric box at the facility or high school that you're working at, just make sure that you're very, very cognizant of that and do not slip on the boxes. So make sure that you're very comfortable with doing box jumps at maybe a smaller 12-inch height before you move on to the 18-inch if you're using a non-foam or non-padded edge box. So Chloe's going to come up to address the box. We want to make sure that no matter what facility or what type of box you're using, you always jump to the center of the box because that's the most stable point for it. We want to work on a couple mechanic pieces before we have her jump. First off, just like when we're doing squats, we want to make sure that she's loading her lower body properly. So we're going to have her come down into a soft position, just like when you're in your platform or if you're in a defensive position or ready to dig a ball. Now, anytime we jump or do motions like this, we want to make sure and use our arms. So we always encourage an arm swing motion. So when you're prepping down, your arms should be back or a little bit back here by your bottom. When you explode up, your arms should come forward as well. So give us a practice just down and up. Just like that. That's the perfect motion that you should practice. Down and up. And you can come up on your toes a little bit. That'll practice that form as well. Now she's in the proper prep position. We're going to have her jump up onto the box. So you're going to load and jump. Okay. Let's have you come just step back up on the box. So when she finishes the box jump, we want to make sure that she comes to a full extension piece. So her hips are all the way open and her knees are all the way here. We want to make sure that she's not still in a bent over position because that's not getting that full extension of her body coming up. Alright, so when she comes back up, when we have her come down off of the box, we want to have her step back down off. Perfect. This is very similar to the way that we do the box step downs or the box step ups as far as the step down feature. We want to make sure that you're not clearing your legs. If you come up quickly and then come back down with a jump, sometimes if you're not as strong or not as capable of doing that, you can cause injury to your knees or to your ankles or to your Achilles. So we're kind of trying to discourage that right now so that we can make sure that we're getting proper form without the risk of injury. Okay, so we're going to have Chloe do 3 box jumps showing us the proper form. Okay, we're going to make sure you come all the way to the full extension at the top. Good. Good, and step down. Alright, Jackie's going to show us how to do a 24-inch box jump. The only difference between an 18 and a 24-inch box jump is that it takes a little more strength, a little more explosiveness, and a little more preparation into it. Now, Jackie's a great box jumper. She's a great setter too, so she should easily be able to clear this one, if not even taller. So she's going to come up and address the box properly, and she's going to explode up onto the box. Good. And then she's going to step back down. Good. No matter how short or tall you are, you should be able to step off of a 24-inch box, so don't worry about that too much. We're going to have Jackie do 2 more of those where she focuses on landing a little more towards the center so she doesn't get so off balance. Much better. And then down. And then give us 1 more. Good. And then back down.
Thanks, Grayson. Good job, Jackie.